Why is C86 so important to indie rock history? Imagine a tiny cassette tape that changed the way a whole music scene thought about itself. That's what happened in 1986 when the British music magazine NME released a compilation called C86. This tape wasn't just a collection of songs. It became a symbol of a new way of making and sharing music. It helped define what indie rock was and how bands could stand out without big record labels. Back then, the mainstream music scene was full of shiny pop and stadium rock acts. But underground bands in the United Kingdom were creating something different. They played with simple guitars, catchy melodies, and a DIY attitude. NME's C86 brought these bands together on one tape, showing off their diversity and spirit. It featured 22 acts that represented the energy of the independent scene. The sound of C86 is often called indie pop or jangly guitar music. It drew inspiration from American bands like the Byrds and the Velvet Underground but added a British twist. The songs were mostly lo-fi, meaning they sounded raw and homemade. Some tracks were soft and introspective, while others were loud and energetic. This variety showed that indie rock could be anything from sweet melodies to noisy experiments. C86 became more than just a tape. It became a cultural marker. The name itself became shorthand for a style and attitude that valued authenticity and independence. Bands associated with C86 were seen as part of a movement that rejected the polished, commercial sound of mainstream music. They believed in doing things their own way, outside the big record companies. For fans and musicians, C86 proved that you didn't need a major label to make an impact. The influence of C86 extended beyond the United Kingdom. It helped shape the future of indie and alternative rock. Before streaming and social media, tapes like C86 were one of the few ways to discover new music. The compilation reached thousands of listeners through NME's wide readership. Many bands on the tape went on to inspire later acts like Belle and Sebastian, Franz Ferdinand, and The Strokes. From a rock and roll perspective, C86 was a rebellion against the mainstream. It celebrated the idea that anyone could start a band, record a song, and share it with the world. This DIY spirit is a core part of rock history, from punk to indie. C86 didn't just capture a moment, it helped create one. It proved that independence and creativity could thrive outside the usual channels, inspiring generations of musicians and fans alike.